Hi everyone, it's Paul Chapman here, Principal from Central Coast Sports College. It's Wednesday, 13th of October. I've got 4 pieces of information I'd like to share with everyone, so we'll try and get through this video as quickly as we can. First and foremost, the return to school dates, where we've got to the end of the lockdown periods, and we look forward to seeing kindergarten, year 1 and year 12 back on site from next Monday the 18th and the following Monday the 25th. There's an expectation that the remainder of our student body are back on site from that date. Just so parents are aware, there will be no remote learning program extending past those dates. So if your students are in if your children are in any of those year levels, please note from Monday the 18th of October, kindergarten, year 1 and year 12 expected back on site, and the following Monday the 25th, all the remainder of our students will be expected back on site to continue with I'm really excited to get back to a normal face-to-face learning program. The other thing I wanted to mention in regards to COVID as well, we've done an audit of our entire site to make sure that our ventilation across the entire site is as best quality as we can do it. We're working with a landlord to make sure any windows that can be open easily, make sure we've got good airflow through all our spaces, and we're pretty happy with the work we've done in that area and look forward to having the students work safely in those spaces. The other thing I wanted to mention in regards to next week as well, if your child will be working, coming into school next week, excluding year 1, kindergarten or year 12, we'd ask you to complete the form, so we make sure that that's linked to this form to make sure we've got adequate staff on site and we've got adequate staff working remotely doing the remote learning programs for the students that are working from home. So you only need to complete the form if your child will be coming on site and is not part of those year levels I mentioned before. So if we could ask parents to complete that form by Friday, that'd be really appreciated, so we can get on with the planning for next week. And this will be the last week that form needs to be completed, so we're looking forward to getting back to those normal operations. Second piece of news I wanted to share with everyone was with respect to our mobile phone policy. We did a lot of work just before the last shutdown or the lockdown, and just before the lockdown started, we were actually ready to launch the new mobile phone policy update. Fortunately, lockdown happened, so we've delayed the release of that information. I wanted to let parents know that a link to that policy document is linked to this email that's with this video as well. And we have made a few changes with expectations around mobile phones on the school site. First and foremost, students in kindergarten through to year 8 are not permitted to have mobile phones during the school day at all. And the expectation is that they have them switched off when they arrive on site and in their bag, and not visible or not usable. And then if they need to access those, they can access those after 4 p.m. Students in 9 to 12 have a restricted area they can use their phones within, which is only really on the verandas of the buildings that they work within, as well as under the direction of teaching staff. So we're asking, and there's a fairly clear direction in our policy document, that students across all year levels, there's whole parts of the school that the mobile phones just are not allowed to be used whatsoever. And the details of that are in our policy and the rationale behind that reasoning. And we would expect that parents would continue to support us with the work we're doing in that space to help students learn how to communicate with each other really effectively. The third update was in respect to sport. We'd like to welcome to the CCS team a new staff member by the name of Trent. Trent has actually taken over from Gavin Thomas. Gavin Thomas is a member of staff that had been here from before the school even opened. Gavin was being part of the school journey and the college journey. So we said farewell to Gavin at the end of last term. He's moved back to Europe and was off on an adventure over in Europe with his family. And we welcome Trent into the CCSC team. So Trent has been working with the coaching staff and developed some strength and conditioning return to school activities for our students to start getting involved in. For a number of students returning to school over the next couple of weeks, we'd like to make sure that they're fit and ready to get back into normal training. So I'd encourage your child to check their emails and have a look on the stage websites for just some activities about getting back to return to school fitness so they're ready to go. So thanks, Trent, for putting that work together, all the content together. Last but not least by any means, I just wanted to do another shout out to another Year 12 student. So over the coming weeks, my plan is to get lots of stories to share with the successes that our Year 12 students are working through. It's really exciting to see them as they come towards the end of their schooling journey, that they've got post-school options organised and ready to move on to the next phase of their life. So this week I wanted to make special mention to Travis Smith. So Travis has shown a real passion for filmmaking over his time within the Big Picture journey, and as he's near the end of his journey, he worked through a process to apply for a number of film schools. He actually was offered places in 2 different film schools, one up in Queensland, the New York Film School, and then he also was offered a place with SEA Creative Institute into a Bachelor of Film Production in Sydney. So we're really pleased to announce that Travis informed us just the other day that he's planning to take up the offer for a Bachelor of Film Production in Sydney, and he'll be studying that next year. So congratulations, Travis. We're really proud of you, mate, and we look forward to hearing more about your journey as you go off into a career, hopefully in film production, and we wish you every piece of success. So we're looking also forward to sharing some more news for a number of our other Year 12 students that have had some great outcomes as they've been working through their programs, HSC students as well as the Big Picture students. So we look forward to sharing that information over the coming weeks. And so that's all I've got to share with everyone for now. We look forward to providing some more updates over the next few days, and until next time, bye for now.